What's up, guys? Austin back with another video. Now, today this is sort of like an impromptu thing that I'm doing. So, I was just scrolling through social media, something that we all do, looking through Facebook. I follow a couple different pages. One of them, and they're very popular, gym memes, where they post memes, pictures with text on them of funny things, sometimes funny videos of people at the gym. Anyway, yesterday, they posted a picture of this thing that was very triggering, okay? And especially as someone who follows a high carbohydrate vegan diet, this post is something that just confuses people on the whole idea of carbohydrate foods and makes it seem like carbohydrate-based foods are what make you fat. Carbs don't make you fat, and I'm going to show you why. So here's the post right here. Bloop, look at it. When you mess up on your diet by eating a slice of bread, so you're like, screw it and eat 12 cookies, 4 bags of crisps, and a tub of ice cream. Look at me, I have no self-control, I'm so funny. So why is this a really, really bad post? It's because it's confusing foods that are good for you with foods that are bad for you and putting them into the same category. Basically, they're saying bread is bad for you. Bread is what screws up your diet. So let's break down what each of these different foods are composed of. Because in this day and age, in the end, the only thing that people seem to care about are macronutrients. So they're saying eat a slice of bread because they're considering bread a carbohydrate food. Well, let's take a look. Is bread a carbohydrate food? I'm here on Chronometer to check it out. So I just typed in Milton's Baking whole, original, healthy multi-grain bread. Just some regular stand-of-the-mill bread. Taking a look at the calorie breakdown into the macronutrients. Would you look at that? 72% carbohydrate, about 8% fat, 19% protein. Okay, well there you go. Yes, that is a carb. That's a carb food. Now, what about these other foods, which they're saying is another thing to screw up your diet, because the bread, the carb, screwed up your diet, so let's just eat these other carbs. Well, taking a look first at, let's just go with the tub of ice cream. Looked up Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream Vanilla. Do people eat even vanilla ice cream anymore? Anyway, just the standard flavor, vanilla. Let's take a look at the nutrient breakdown. Weird. This is 35% carb, almost 60% of the calories from fat calories. That's interesting. That's not really like the bread, is it? Well, let's check the next food item. Let's check the crisps, which are chips if you live in the United States. Lay's classic potato chips. Super tasty chips. But are they super tasty carbs? Well, let's check the nutrient breakdown. Look at that. It's very similar to the ice cream. It's about 40% carbohydrate, almost, once again, 60% of the calories from fat, not carbohydrate. Taking a look at the last food, we've got the cookies, eating a bunch of cookies. Looking at the cookies, the calorie breakdown, again, almost 50% of the calories, half of the calories from this cookie come from fat. So, looking at these 4 foods, one of these things is not like the other. This misconception of junk foods being carbohydrates, I am solely convinced that people think if it's not a piece of meat, it's a carb. Like if it's not a chicken, a steak, ground turkey, whatever, it's just carbs. It's carbs. It's all carbs. And that is where the misconception kicks in. People think that carbohydrates are making them fat, but they're thinking of things like chips, cookies, ice cream as carbs. They're comparing it to bread. Taking a look back to the bread, bread also has B vitamins. Bread also has fiber, and it's primarily carbohydrate, very little calories from fat. Completely different than the cookies, chips, or the ice cream. So why does fat make you fat and carbs not make you fat? Fatty foods are much more calorically dense because every gram of fat has about 9 calories per gram compared to carbohydrate or protein, which has 4 calories per gram. So essentially every gram of fat has more than double the calories. So most of these foods are very, what we call, in high caloric density. They have lots of calories, but not a lot of volume to them. Where something like a bread, a primarily carbohydrate-based food, you can get a lot more bread, you can eat a lot more bread for the same amount of calories because there's just not as many calories in them. It has a lower caloric density. Anyway, that's basically the video. That's all I really wanted to talk about, is that we can't just compare these foods. We can't call certain foods carbohydrates when they're not carbohydrates. You know, carbohydrate-based foods don't make us fat. Whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, those aren't foods that are making us fat. Fatty foods make us fat primarily because of their high caloric density. We can simply eat more without feeling as full, and thus if we're taking in this big surplus of calories, we're more likely to gain weight. And that is what's going to screw up your diet, not a piece of bread. So whether that did anything for you or not, I just thought I would show this just to show my frustration and hopefully to give you a little bit understanding of that we shouldn't be grouping these types of foods together. We can't combine healthy and unhealthy foods and just call them the same thing. We can't say that bread is going to hurt somebody's diet as much as cookies or ice cream, things like that. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. I'd be curious to what you have to say down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next video.